one, fight!
What is up, everybody? It is another beautiful Sunday morning, and you're listening to the Super Gamecast. I am your host, Bronson Fiore, joined by the always awesome Aaron Reynolds.
Woo! Hey everyone. It's good to be back, at least for the moment.
Mod mommy wielder of our band hammer, Emily Hulselander.
Oh, it's good to see you again, bud.
It is. And then finally, special guest, once again, Lucy.
Hello.
You almost took a sip right as you were being introduced. That's professional. That's good.
Poetry, right there.
I mean, I made a breakfast sandwich while doing hosting duties. I can't really bitch about anything.
Trust me, I know.
It's true.
Oh yeah.
Very true.
Uh,
It'll be like you'll start on the starting soon screen. It's like, hang on, my breakfast is here. Like, damn man, you timed this, huh?
I always time it real good. Trust me. I always get like 20 minutes before we're supposed to go live, and I'm like, oh man, I should get food.
Oh right, I should eat something before 3 hours of talking. That's a good idea.
Right. There's a thing that I need to do that in order to survive. What was that? Oh shit! I need to eat.
Oh
Yep.
shit. Yep.
All right. Well, we got a fun week of news ahead of us to go over that happened.
All right.
So let's get into it. So, hey, we all heard about the Concorde bomb, $400 million down the toilet.
Oh boy, did we.
So Sony comes out this week and says it should have done user testing and internal evaluation earlier on Concorde.
They're realizing this now?
Yep.
Now.
Yep. Sure are. It's too funny.
I'm trying to. I have to withhold what I have to say. Like, is there any other new information to be gained from this article?
In other news, water wet.
All right. So then, as we talked about last week or the week before that, they shuttered Firewalk Studios and Concorde isn't coming back.
Yeah.
And then media research analyst Reese Elliott told IGN shortly before Concorde was shut down, pivoting to live service is a high-risk, high-reward venture, and the risk is heightening to levels that might not be worth it for many AAA console and PC publishers that aren't already in the space. But yeah, they're basically saying, we're going to start looking at live service games earlier in the pipeline to make sure and focus test them and actually get them in front of people so this does not happen again.
So, I understand what they were saying about live service games and needing to, like, they're not as automatic. They're not, like, we need to check on them earlier and make sure they're successful. Great. Out of context. The context being, you are Sony PlayStation. You've been doing this for a while. I don't understand what happened in the Concorde process that you just didn't check on this. I think at one point it was like $200, funded thing.
$200 million.
And you just assumed it would be a success. Yeah.
So
I don't get it.
This is my assumption is they have not made a bunch of live service games prior to the past 2 to 3 years. And they are used to making single player games where you're like, yeah, we have this good studio, they're making a good game, they'll make it, it'll come out. Versus live service, you kind of want to get it in front of more people, and they did not do that. And that's very fucking obvious. And
They did that They had that Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer, but that was tied to Ghost of Tsushima and
Yeah.
already using Ghost of Tsushima assets. Like I imagine that wasn't a
And-
huge
And it came out
deal.
after Ghost of Tsushima as well. Like it came out like several months
Right.
after. So it's like
Yeah.
it's mainly
building
like
off of that.
yeah. So you know, oh no, man, it's wild to hear. Like I don't know. I think that would be common sense for like a video game that's multiplayer focused and based. Like I've been reading that Jason Schreier book, and like Blizzard realized that in the '90s, where they're like, we need to put multiplayer in these games, and we're gonna have the entire company play it so we understand if it sucks or not. You
Right.
know? So it's kind of wild to hear like a studio make a multiplayer game in 2024 and not and at any time prior to that go like maybe we should get this in front of some people. Yeah.
Well, right. I'm trying to remember. Was there much marketing for Concord? I feel like I keep asking that because if it did, it was erased from my mind. I don't know what.
I
Yeah,
don't
do you
remember
remember?
anything either.
I remember
It just-
I don't remember a
it
whole
was
lot
an-
of marketing for Concord.
If
If there was
anything,
any.
it was announced
Mhm.
and then it came out.
Mm.
I remember
And
the
then
announcement.
it was a mess.
Yeah.
So I remember the announcement, and then I remember a couple of PlayStation showcases down the line. They spent like 15 minutes on it, and I'm like, this looks not good. Why would you make this Overwatch clone?
What was the
Whatever.
selling point? What was the like? What separated it from the others?
Yo, dog, the people that made Destiny and the people that made some other high-profile live service games came together to make this one, and it's
Great.
cool, yeah.
Oh man. Oh
yeah,
my god.
it's just fucking weird, and you know it doesn't help that apparently the person who's in charge of like PlayStation's portfolio, Herman Holst, apparently really liked it and really believed in it. So
That's fine.
that's a thing, I guess, that happened. So yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Damn.
$400
That's a lot of
million
money down the drain, and like PlayStation. Come on.
$400 million tax write-off.
Ugh.
That's wild.
Rough.
That is
Wild.
oh lordy. All right, well,
I mean, that would be nice to do if you could personally.
yeah.
Do you think the lack of marketing came from like them playing just before it coming out, and they were like, "Eee."
So
Ooh.
these marketing things get planned like months in advance. I think that they kind of had. The thing is, though, is like I don't know what the lack of marketing contributes. Like, because okay, if you spend $400 million on something, you should probably market it a bit. Maybe they just ran out
Right.
of money and we're like, I guess we can just run some ads on like IGN and call it a day.
But like, marketing is as expensive as it is because it works. Like
Yes.
that's how you get it in front of people, especially a new IP. Like you're not gonna like they've learned this a number of times. This is a common thing to know in video games. Maybe it was months in advance, but just far enough down development that they couldn't justify shutting it down at that point. The amount of money that they spent.
Yeah, I think that's another part of it. I think it's part of that what a lot of people have called toxic positivity of, nah, the game's gonna be great. You'll see, it's gonna be the next Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's I
Oh.
imagine that goes back to
Well, you got to bring Star Wars into this.
No, that was the
Seriously,
quote.
dude.
That was the quote from internally in the company.
Yeah, that's not negative on Star Wars. It's like it's gonna be the next Star Wars. It's like
This is why their game didn't go well.
I mean, it kind of is
Look.
the next Star Wars now.
oh wow. Okay, there's the dig. Look, I have creative ideas that I would love to develop and work on. If I were to flesh them out and make them a thing, and then no one else saw it, and people asked me what I thought, I would tell you it's the next Star Wars. But like, that's the thing about these these ventures that cost a lot of money is you need to get these in front of as many different kinds of people as possible. This cannot be just within the dev studio.
Even if it's just showing it to other PlayStation studios. Even if it's just
Yeah,
going to
exactly.
like Insomniac and Media Molecule and going
Someone
to be like,
removed from it.
yeah, like even if it's just going to Naughty Dog and be like, so what do you think? And they're going like, this kind of sucks.
But it's funny how like a big game like that you usually get other developers, contracted in to help things along.
Apparently, Gorilla helped a little bit from what I remember hearing, but I'm not 100% on that, so don't.
A
quote me on that.
little.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's it's something.
How's Redfall doing?
And
Is Redfall still a game you could like download and play?
You're
Yeah, you
pulling
can-
Redfall into
I
this
was
conversation.
just thinking about
Really.
that the other day.
We talked about this news earlier in the year. You can still play it. Oh my God, Cartmail's in the chat. What up, dude?
Hey,
Sorry,
Cartmail,
Cartmail
what's
is a special boy to us, so he gets extra focus.
Yes.
Yep. So, anyway, so you can still play Redfall. The servers are still up. It's just that they canceled all content for it and they refunded the season pass.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so you can still play it, but like it's not gonna be better.
yeah,
That's actually kind of good though, because like most games in these situations don't refund you, especially like a battle pass.
yeah.
So,
Well, that's
right.
that's a bit of a positive note.
that was another weird thing about Concord is it refunded if you bought the digital version. I don't know how it went if you tried to return physical copies, but if you bought it digitally, like they gave you a refund. Which I'm not gonna lie, if I owned a physical copy, I wouldn't have returned. I would be like, this is a weird piece of history.
Well, that's the thing, because like you can't play it now, right? Like
No,
I kind of want to find. I want someone to. I want what are the copies like? They're gonna be selling, sometime down the road.
Somebody make a private
wonder.
Concord server and get it running, and
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. so we can.
I want to buy a physical copy of Concord for $2, and I want to put it next to my 2 human copy, and
put it next to your two.
build
human
my collection of rejected games.
I was about to make fun of Shadowrun, but you can actually still play that. The 360 servers are still live.
Are they still live?
Yes, you can still play Shadowrun.
Man, we should stream that.
Oh, we can play some
Jesus.
Shadowrun. We would need to get enough people and also all go buy copies of Shadowrun. But yeah, we can make it happen.
Man, that's yeah, Concord, man. I that's the thing. I wish it stayed up as a piece of history. I know they don't want to. I understand.
They want to shove this under the rug as fast and as hard as possible.
Yeah, they do. Jesus Christ.
I would love for that guy who like came up with that world and believed in it. I would love to see him like write a series of blogs or release a book that's expanding on the lore, just so I can know about it. Because like just hearing someone who's creative who believes in it that much and it just came out in this bad product, like that's a bummer.
I am looking forward to the several books Jason Schreier is going to have to write about Microsoft and the Xbox during this time period. Concord, like just like this man is like he's like probably like I have my next like 12 books ready to go. Ready to go.
I know. We got to get into games books writing. We can't let him have control over this. He's got like 3 years to write one book.
Yeah. We got two
Just
writers.
to speed this along.
We can make it. We can get 2 books out in the time he can get out one.
We could be more productive than R.R. Martin.
Right?
Yeah,
that's not
good.
exactly hard
Be a bit more
to beat out
productive than
George
George.
R.R. Martin.
Yeah.
Where's my ending, George? Where's it? The show
we
ruined
got
it.
next news story.
All right.
I have a feeling that they've had to put this out after the whole Concord thing. Sony commits to releasing major single-player games every year from 2025 onwards. After the high-profile live service struggles that include the cancellation of the Last of Us multiplayer game and the
That's right, boys.
oh hey, we got a new
Mondo
follow.
cool.
Thank you, Sleepy Bee.
Hey, thank you so much.
You are
Thank-
Mondo cool.
Yeah,
Yes.
good job, honeybee.
So
Appreciate you.
But it's planning to release major single-player game titles every year from the next fiscal year onward. The big one that they mentioned currently is Ghost of Yote, and Death Stranding 2 on the beach. So, yep.
Was
I mean,
it most the first game on the beach anyway?
It was in the mountains a lot.
Partially.
That's
It was
my
in the
memory.
mountains.
My memory was lots of mountains.
I haven't played it yet, but it looks like a lot of beach area from like Ireland.
There's a lot
Or
of
Norway.
yeah, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of beach talk. There are things on the beach. We got to go to the beach. I'll see you on the beach. I'm Mario and you're Princess Beach. You know, there's a lot of beach talk.
All I
but-
had going through my head is a monologue from one of the villains from Helsing Bridge.
Lucy,
Oh, God.
Which is
I
in the box. What's the box?
Lucy, I think you would enjoy Death Stranding. I get the impression that this is the kind of weird game that's chaotic and that has such high energy. You would probably enjoy it.
It's funny you say high energy because that is like absolutely not the impression I get out of the game.
Oh, not the gameplay.
So, most of it is low energy. Most of it's low energy, but it's like you're walking a lot, but it's like, oh fuck, I cannot drop this stuff. Oh fuck, I dropped this stuff. Oh god, and that's walking in Death Stranding. Weirdly tense, but also relaxing at the same time. Death Stranding pulls it off.
Fight these ghosts with piss grenades.
Try not to fight the ghosts with piss grenades, and then you have to fight the ghosts with piss grenades.
There you go.
You need to use the bathroom so you can restock your ammunition.
What about the
There's a
shit?
bunch
It's
of
on
monster
mushroom.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Fine.
don't you make shit grenades too?
Yes. Yep. It's good. It's a good game.
It's a weird game. It's a weird game.
Mads
It's
Mikkelsen loves
Kojima.
to
What do you
talk to you a lot.
expect?
Okay,
Yep.
so I mean, it does has Norman Reedus, and I am a bit of a fan for Norman.
Norman Reedus is fantastic. Mads Mikkelsen is fantastic. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I want to go finish that game before the next one's out. I think I'm probably gonna start a run soon. You know.
Yeah. 40 hours.
Quick side comment about Mads Mikkelsen. He should have been
Mhm.
Doctor Doom. He would have been a great Doctor Doom.
Yeah, he would.
You're not wrong. You're absolutely
It
not
sounds
wrong.
like they're going to try to do some multiverse business. So
We
also
got-
just like they need to get their most famous person back on the screen to get people interested.
I mean, it is Robert Downey Jr. and I've loved that man's career.
we got another
Yeah.
comment in the chat from Cart Bale. You do eventually get to the beach. Can't explain it though. A lot of Kojima isms.
See?
There's
That is
there's
the
so
thing
much.
now,
It's
though.
fucking Kojima.
It's
Um,
well, so like that's the thing. The thing what's beautiful about Death Stranding is I've played a number of Metal Gear Solid games and they are convoluted and ridiculous and fun. Death Stranding, because he has to create something new, just goes off. It's a Kojima game, but holy crap! What?
Goes off the rails.
That's insane.
hard.
I remember
insane.
like playing it
How much LSD was he on?
a lot. I can tell you a lot.
I would imagine a lot. Like, fucker was high as a kite. Okay.
I'm not a drug expert. I couldn't tell you what drug conjured these creatures. Ooh.
I'm gonna have to go do a case study. I'll be back, guys.
Damn it, Lucy.
I used to know a dude really into hallucinogenics and drugs. Well, I still know him. I just don't hang out with him as much. And I got a good idea of what a lot of certain drugs do to people. You know.
Okay, what's Death Stranding then, you think?
Bad mushrooms.
I was
Okay.
gonna say
like bad
mushrooms.
Trip on
mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Maybe a mix with like some psilocybin of some sort.
yeah,
Oh, wait, that is mushrooms. Damn it.
That's a bad trip when you're just like relaxing and eating bad mushrooms, and then you just start seeing handprints in black liquid forming on the ground.
See, though, I
That's,
think for him it's like a normal day, and
I mean,
that
he's stoked.
slightly
He's like, I could make
concerns
a movie
me.
out of this.
Exactly.
Make a
I
whole cinematic universe out of this shit.
yeah.
Damn.
So
I'm
anyway,
sorry, we were talking about Death Stranding. What was this about?
Oh, talking about how Sony wants to release single players for a good amount of time starting next fiscal year, which I believe is next April.
I mean, I thought this was their plan anyway. I thought this was the key to them being what they are now, where Xbox has turned into a trash fire, and Switch is, whatever, they're doing their own thing. But Sony's like, let's release one big banger game every year and try to release what else we can out the rest of the year. And as long as we can keep a consistent schedule and meet that bar of just having, a consistent stream of games coming to our console, they will sell.
I mean,
It's a very simple, straightforward strategy, but apparently Sony's the only one that's pulling it off. So
they're simultaneously not pulling it off with some really weird, bad decisions, and then doing it by pulling it off.
I think that this story is them going like, okay, no, we're done with that. We learned. We're gonna finish up the live service games we already paid for, and then we're done. Get out.
yeah. But that's the thing is like, yeah, you can't tell what's gonna hit or not. Like Helldivers 2 was not what they thought it was going to be.
It felt
in a
like
good
they
way.
were sending that game out to die. Like I heard nothing about it. It was $40. It was day and date on PC. It's like, yep, we're sending this game out on a death march. Have fun.
I mean, I remember seeing like the trailers for it, and it was like, okay, so they took the Helldivers thing, and it looks kind of like a third person Risk of Rain kind of thing, and okay, sure, go for it. And then like I was watching people in the mech, like this does not seem very fun, but of course I'm holding that to like Titanfall and Armored Core standards, so obviously it's not going to be that fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
I miss Titanfall.
You and us both, brother. You and us both.
I just, yeah.
With
but
them sticking. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
you're good. You're good. I was moving on.
With them focusing on single player games I think it's a great move considering they're probably like, oh shit, Concord had multiple different mistakes. But hell, if I get a new Infamous or a new Sly Cooper or any of their IPs that they haven't been working on forever, I'm happy. I like their single player games. Their single player games are the best on the market.
Outside of Nintendo, they're the best in the business. And I don't think we're going to see Sly or Infamous anytime soon because that's the ghost of Tsushima people. But
yeah, but I want to manifest it, so I'm going to say they're going to do that.
And give it to smaller studios.
I need a new Sly Cooper or Infamous title. Come on now. I need more characters cosplay. Let's go.
I really hate that I think Infamous Second Son was actually a good game.
I loved it. I loved it.
It was new powers and whatnot, and I get that a lot of the hate for that game is, where's Cole? What happened to Cole? Cole was so cool.
He died.
Cole was cool.
He died at the end of that second fucking game.
Yeah. Come on, you guys.
Well. There was that in-credit scene where the lightning struck him, so he could have come back.
He could have.
They should have Pokemon Gold and Silvered it at the end of Second Son. The bad guy's Cole.
Yeah.
Oh
no, they couldn't.
Just
I
mean, like how
they would have just like.
Not the bad guy, but like the final boss.
Yeah, just like how at the end of Infamous 1, you are fighting yourself from the future.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would have been a good wraparound.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
Fuck, Infamous was so good. Was cool. God damn it.
Yeah. I'm more of a prototype person, but Infamous was cool. Especially Infamous 2.
I would love a remaster of both those games. that first one was great, but that second one was
And the
so
DLC for
beautiful.
Infamous 2.
Oh, the vampire one was
Festival
so
of Blood. Yeah.
good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Finally,
platinumed
somebody agrees with me
all
on this
those
shit.
games.
They're on a remaster, tour right now. Prototype got its. I don't know. Yeah, might as well. Or I don't know if they.
Might
I
as
think they just
well
lumped them together. But they might as well do it with Infamous. They're not doing anything with it.
Go do all
do
those
a full
PS3 games that
remaster
are
collection
fucking
like they did with
trash.
Spyro or Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Like
Crash Bandicoot.
Hey,
legitimately,
Bill, Nate, let's do it.
Warhawk.
Warhawk
I
would be
want a
dope,
Warhawk.
dude.
Okay.
I want a
War-
fucking Warhawk.
You want to talk about doing a PS3 live service game? Let's get a new fucking
Oh.
Warhawk. Yeah.
God, I love that game. Oh, those DLCs just
Let's
made it even
go.
so
Let's
much
go.
better. Just coming in with the carrier jet and just like drop. I'm. Oh god, that
Oh,
was
my
so
God.
fun.
Warhawk was so goddamn good.
Fuck.
Well, it doesn't cost. How much did Warhawk cost to make?
Not much, I imagine.
I would imagine not, but those days are over. Because if they just concentrate on just doing single player stuff, because that's what they're good at. If they just leave their developers to make a good single player game, and they could try a live service game here or there.
So it was about $10 million. So
My God!
If you were
beautiful.
to make
Wow.
like Warhawk today, it would probably be like 20 million, which is still like nothing.
Right.
Like that's still like you spent like $100 million on Death Stranding and 200 million on Last of Us, so fuck it.
Here's the thing. I'm going to keep banging this drum of just like all you developers and publishers are seeing how expensive these games are, and testing them out like on that scale and watching them fail is going to be costly. I'm just saying, Among Us became a phenomenon with $3. That's a $5 game. You got Lethal Company, you got Phasmophobia, you got Valheim, you got, and they don't some of these don't last forever, but like just make some small games. Just make some small games that are about being fun.
It's interesting that you bring up Among Us right now because there was a AAA Among Us clone that just came out for $10 based on Death Note.
Oh.
The kid, one of the kids, just told me about that because I like to keep my ears in the open for what's in the skibbity loop. Is what they call it now. I don't know
what the children desire.
Yeah, because they unfortunately sway the market.
Man, I was walking through a Walmart a couple days ago, and they're just selling like ceramic skibidi toilet mans in boxes. I'm just like, what the hell?
I don't know. I got skibidi toileted by a older lady doing a horse job last week. It was very concerning.
That is concerning. Oh no!
But it's called Death Note Killer Within. It's free if you have PlayStation Plus. $10 otherwise.
Nice.
So. Oh, it's on PlayStation only.
No, it's on PC also. On PC also.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, PC access for those is important.
Yeah, it's published by Bandai Namco, and it's made by Grounding Inc., who also did Space Channel 5 VR.
And, shit!
And a couple other like weird games you've probably never heard of. Machi Koro with everyone. World's End Club. So
okay. Yeah. I think they should just hand smaller teams like some small multiplayer games. It doesn't need to be this big thing. If you want to work on one live service game, and hand that off to Bungie or whoever and give them a shot, like go for it. But like, you gotta reduce your risk here. It's just not necessary to spend that much money on every damn game.
I just think that if you're going to do a live service game, you need teams who are, like, specializing in it. And Sony's developers, you look at them, most of them have never touched a live service game. Like, most of them have never even, like, fucking wandered. Like, the closest you got was Insomniac doing the Resistance multiplayer, which was cool. But it's like, we made a multiplayer. All right, we put out some maps for it. We're done. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of PS3 games, we're never getting another Killzone. We had that news story 2 weeks ago where they're like, "Bro, we were tired. We were tired, and we just want to work on fucking Horizon now. Stop." Ew.
It's dead. Dead. It's dead.
Just like Resistance. I love Resistance.
Dead.
That shit is dead.
Ain't ever coming back. Nope. They make too much money on the Marvel games and Ratchet.
To be fair, though, those Resistance games kind of ended.
Yes. The ending
they
of
ended the story which was fine.
Yeah, the ending of Resistance 3 was very much just like, nah, it's over, dude. It's done. You're done. But you totally could have done a lot of stories in that world during that 20-year period or whatever the fuck it was. You know.
I mean, they got a decent amount of games. They got the PSP version, which I absolutely love. Which, funny enough, I have it on the PlayStation 5.
I do too, because it comes with a Plus membership.
And I may be wrong, but I think it also has that special mode where when you connected your PSP to your PlayStation 3, you got infected mode.
Yeah, you got some extra stuff in it if you did that with the PS3 version. I'm not sure about the PS5 version. I know I looked at the PS5 version. I'm like, this is the easiest platinum in the world. I really should go do this.
Right.
It is literally finished the game, basically.
Does it have the multiplayer?
I don't think so.
Damn. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, honestly, I would settle for, if someone were to ask me, like, what would you want from the PS3 era ported, it would be the Ratchet trilogy, the Motorstorm trilogy, Resistance and Killzone trilogies, all ported to PS5. You know. So.
I still want a God of War remaster.
Apparently they are working on a God of War 1 through 3 remaster package for PS5. Like, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3 Ascension and the 2 PSP games. Quick comment in the chat regarding this. Sony went into their basement looking for IPs to reference an Astrobot. Would be cool if they got some ideas doing that.
Right?
Oh my god!
The overwhelming sentiment beyond hey, this Astrobot thing is cool. Is man, look at all this shit you could be taking advantage of.
Yes, yeah, 100%. I finally got Tenchu. I don't think they own Tenchu. I think that's owned by Tecmo, I want to say. Emily, can you fact check me on that, please? Who owns the rights to Tenchu or who published Tenchu?
Got it.
Thank you.
I appreciate them taking some swipes at new IP.
I do too. I think Horizon
mishandle it like Concord, then
Horizon was fucking sick. That's a great new idea. I really like the first game a lot more than the second, but still, I love Ghost of Tsushima. I really, they've only done 2 Last of Us games. Both were fantastic. I'm glad they don't just cycle through. This is gonna sound bad, but I am glad they don't do what Nintendo does, where it's here is Zelda again, and yes, we've reinvented Zelda, but it's still a Zelda game. It just like they've reinvented Mario 40 fucking times, but it's still Mario. So it's I do like to see the fact that they're willing to, the studio that made Band of Brothers made Killzone and now makes Horizon. Naughty Dog went from Crash to Jak and Daxter to Uncharted to Last of Us. It's nice to see that, but sometimes I do like some of their older IPs, so I'm just I like Ghost of Tsushima, but I do want a new Infamous.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
I'm
happy for the developers. Oh, yep.
So it was developed by Acquire, Take-Two LLC, and FromSoft.
Okay, who was the publisher?
Sony Music Entertainment Japan, Activision, From Software, Sega, Nintendo, Microsoft Game Studios, and Ubisoft.
The fuck? Okay, hold on.
No,
This
All
no,
of
like,
Oh,
those
it's your
at
favorite.
once?
okay. So
huh?
I'm gonna to take a guess
Oh,
and
it's Bronson's
say
favorite.
yeah. I'm gonna take a guess and say the publisher in Japan was probably Sony, and the one in America was probably Activision, and the one in Europe was Ubisoft. Because this was back
Ubisoft.
in the PS1 days, all the way up to even the PS3 days. You would have games published in different regions by different publishers. So,
Right.
Yeah, that tracks.
so that is my guess because you look at Demon Souls was published in Japan by Sony, but they didn't believe it would do well in America, so in America it was published by Atlas.
Right.
Right.
Fun
Yep.
fact.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just concentrate on your single player, Sony. Like I understand you got your live service here and there. I understand to go ahead and experiment with that if you want, but like, yeah,
Focus on the
y'all
single
went
players.
hard and just
I
don't you got a good gravy train going.
I really
Look,
liked the Uncharted multiplayer. I think they could do something with that.
Sure.
oh, yeah.
That was really good.
They don't even need to like make a whole entire game for that. They could just make like a Uncharted multiplayer.
Yeah, like on the other side of that, this is one that Aaron and I would kind of probably be stoked for. Sony, instead of half-assing it, how about you make PlayStation All Stars 2, but actually
Yeah.
throw effort
Yes,
and money at it?
Tony. Yeah, don't give up like a year in.
Yeah.
Don't make your
And
DLC characters Isaac from Dead Space and Zeus.
there's a little bit more space now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right now, so but I know those things take a while to make, but there's people, the way people are into Astrobot, All Stars would be another way to just like, yeah, like even if the multiplayer ends up falling flat, like, or not reaching the heights that you want it to, like you could create a good fun little party game with a story mode that explores all this IP.
Right, I think you could do some really interesting stuff with it. Yeah, so I the weird part is I platinumed that game, but I platinumed it on the Vita version.
So you still got work to do, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Well,
with
oh, sorry, go ahead.
He's thinking about it.
with them doing a lot of the Marvel work, it's been I've been sitting here thinking, I was like, what else could they be doing? I would love some more like movie tie-in games. I don't know, maybe it's just the nostalgia, but now that we've got Falcon, I don't know if anyone saw the teaser for the
Oh, the new
movie.
trailer for Captain
Yeah,
America.
yeah. Harrison Ford looks amazing in red. That's all I have to say. But
Mhm.
like, if they really want to push, they could definitely work with Marvel and do like a movie tie-in game that they actually do pretty well. They don't have to go like above and beyond for like a God of War, but like they could definitely do like a uh, double A style game.
They've already learned a big lesson from this, which is don't try to turn this into a live service game. If you can keep it single player.
Yeah.
So, and to be fair, licensing seems to be going pretty well for Marvel right now and Disney because the Indiana Jones game is out in a month and it does look sick. I'm excited to play it.
I think that's the only one I'm going to use my Game Pass for.
The thing is, though, is
Since I bought Black Ops.
That's how they keep you in the service, though. It's like, oh, I tried Black Ops. Well, I mean, in a month, Indiana Jones is out. All right, cool. I guess I'll hang out for Indiana Jones. And then, oh, what's out in January? Doom? Okay, I'll hang out for Doom. And then
That's the juggle for Game Passes. They have to get someone on their service once a month at least, and it's got to be a decently big thing.
Hmm.
It sounds like they got a good 3-month streak going, so that's good.
Yeah,
Right after Black Ops 2, so that's good.
Yeah, like we're gonna talk about it during what we've been playing, but I finished the Black Ops campaign and I finally prestiged in the multiplayer, and I've been just obsessed. So
Nice. All right.
Uh,
Anyway,
have you only
Yeah.
prestige once?
I know I'm such a fucking casual. Oh my
Peasant.
god.
Peasant. No,
man.
I fully took advantage of the double XP weekend, and I was just like, although I don't know if I want to admit this, but I did kind of exploit one of the zombie exploits.
Oh
Somebody
yeah, see
took-
you've been farming zombies to prestige. I have been playing straight multiplayer. I haven't even opened zombies yet.
You got to. It's fun. I don't know. I just something about like running around with your friends and like making fun of the person that goes down all the time, which is sometimes me because I make some really risky plays. That and
You're playing zombies correctly. Yes.
Yeah.
How many people does zombies support? 4? It's 4-player.
4.
We got 4 people right here. We should do some zombies.
We should.
Yeah.
In the words of Selena Wolf, let's get them Zambonis.
Let's get them Zambonis.
You know. But yeah, but anyway, we'll talk more about Call of Duty in a little bit. Next up on the docket is hey, the PS5 Pro came out this past week. Came out on Thursday. And they've had plenty of stock. Ninja went to Best Buy and just bought one.
Sure.
Yeah,
shit.
So they've had plenty of stock.
You're a
And this
ninja, right?
What?
You're a ninja, right?
Yes, our
Yes,
ninja,
our
Okay.
ninja.
not
No.
Tyler Blevins or whatever his name is. Jesse
Fuck that
Pewitt.
guy. I will fight him in Creator Clash one of these days. It's not even going to be a competition. I know how to fight. I was bar security. I've done martial arts. I will make him pay for his comments and ruining kids' attitudes towards games.
I did a year of boxing, so I think I'd actually if I could get in shape, I think I would do fine in Creator Clash. So, so yeah,
I PS5 Pro. All right, so they're not selling out.
They're not selling out. They're readily available in stock, but this has caused scalpers to have to be reselling them at a loss, and it's amazing. It is amazing, and I love it. I'm like during COVID, these people were stacking up money. You would see whole apartments filled with PS5s that were scalped. And then now to see the pros come out and then have to sell them at a loss, I'm like, fuck you, fuck all of you. This is what you deserve.
Karma is a bitch.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, in most cases, the PS5 disc drive, however, for the Pro is sold out.
That's
and
right, boys.
oh, hey, we got another follower. Thank you, Nitrox606.
Hey, thank you very much.
Hey,
What's up, Nitro?
But yeah, the disc drive is sold out in most areas, so that's unfortunate. And that's being scalped, but I assume Sony will make a whole bunch more, and that's not going to be a problem eventually. But for right now, I think last I checked, the only place that had them in stock still was Walmart. So if you bought a Pro and you want your disc drive now, Walmart is the place to go.
Makes sense. All right.
So, yeah, that was just a news story I wanted to cover because fuck you. To be honest.
I mean, that's
Gotcha.
fair. I mean, at least they're learning. Be like, all right, so we're going to put this out. We want this to be out during the holidays. Let's put a shit ton out. Let's not make it to make it a controversy because they already have to deal with enough at the moment. And I'm sure they're like, shit, we need to not make us the talking points, even though
it
that's what we're doing today.
it certainly helps. It's no longer like COVID lockdown with chip shortages, so you can actually make them. So
Right.
yeah.
I
Let's
wonder
see.
if the reason they didn't put out more of the disk drives is just because they assumed that the market mostly goes digital.
That is my assumption. That is my guess.
Right.
Which makes me happy. I bought my disk drive in September. So, uh,
Yeah.
comment by Cartbale: people are scalping disk drives. What an age we live in.
Yep.
Yep.
The things we do. The things we
That's
do.
All right. Well, next piece and last piece of PlayStation news here is PS5 hits 65 million units as Sony says it expects this mix of single player and live service games. Um, its business had said it expects record operating income during its current fiscal year, partially due to the strong sales of third party games and PlayStation Plus subscriptions. It intends to focus on a mix of single player and live service going forward. Let's see. So their game and network services division was up 12% year on year. It was primarily due to an increase in third-party game sales. It mentions Black Myth, Wukong, and EA Sports FC mainly. Operating income was 900 million, up 184%. Holy shit! What the fuck caused that?
All right.
huh.
All right. So and then it shipped, but it did ship 3.8 million PS5 consoles during a 3-month period, down 29% compared to the same period last year, for a life-to-date total of 65.5 million. Though that means they are roughly 2 million behind what they would expect it at this point in the life.
Wow. Really? All right.
Yeah, which is weird because they're beating where the PS4 was at this point in the life. Also, monthly active users went up 8% in September for the quarter, and then total playtime has increased by 14%. So, yeah.
This all sounds good.
Yeah, like it's really weird that you get all this like kind of negativity going on right now, and then this all seems fine. I know that they also put out a story that I actually forgot to put in here, that they believed that that they think the PS5 Pro is doing fine. This is for a niche consumer, and it's
Right.
expensive, so we don't expect it to do great. And considering the original PS4 Pro only did like I think 13 million, that yes, I have a feeling that the PS5
Right.
Pro they are not expected to sell it in massive volume. So.
Well, it's good. I'm glad they're keeping their expectations at a reasonable place.
What
Yeah.
was what came out during September, do you think, that caused that boost? Because I can't think of anything. At least not on the top of my head.
Let me pull up my. So I keep track of every major release for the year. Let me pull that up. I know Astrobot came out in then.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Uh,
Astrobot came out that like first Friday of September.
yeah, like Astrobot was probably a big contributor because it sold 1.5 million copies.
And I
So
still
there's
haven't
that.
gotten it. Damn it.
That game's dope, dude. If you want a
I
fun
know I want it.
platformer,
I want it.
It's so
I'm
good.
going to get it.
So good.
But
it's
I've just
so
been so distracted by my new graphics card on my PC. I don't think I've actually played a PlayStation game since I got it.
Marvel vs. Capcom arcade classics. That's what caused the
Wow.
surge.
There we go. Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
The
Um,
Rizzler.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the
honestly, I'm
Wazzler.
looking through the list here, and I think I don't know. The only game that seems like it could have caused a bump would be Astrobot, and EA Sports FC. And they do mention EA Sports FC earlier in the article, so that would be sense, dude. It is wild how much business sports games do. Like, it is wild.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, like, can anybody guess the best-selling video game of the year so far?
It's probably a sports game.
It is a sports game. Can anyone guess which one?
Not Madden, is it?
It's not Madden.
When did FC come out?
FC came out in September.
Oh God. Okay.
MLB?
Nope. Not MLB.
It's not. Fucker.
Soccer?
Not a soccer game. It's one that didn't have a game for a long while.
Oh, college football.
College football is still the best-selling game of the year.
Yeah.
Right
What the fuck?
now. Weird part is Helldivers is
yeah.
actually number 2.
Okay, what the fuck?
It was.
I mean,
it's
that
still
was
a hell of a
pretty
game.
big. Yeah.
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 I mean, I'm going to go back to it on the PC, of course. Because I want
that's-
to mod it to make it Star Wars, because Star Wars is better.
I am so burned out and jaded with Star Wars. I just want to be just like,
I don't
no,
want to hear it anymore.
No.
I'm still all for it.
I'm glad you and Parker can keep the fire alive, man. I can't.
Yeah. Oh
Yep.
God.
This is
Yep.
the way.
Still. Yep. All right.
Alright. So,
Uh.
we got some Nintendo news.
Okay.
Nintendo has lowered its Switch forecast after sales declined 31%. The company made no mention of its console in the last earnings call. They did their earning report for September. They had lowered its sales expectations forecast to 12.5 million from 13.5, and lowered its operating profit outlook by 10%. They partly attributed the hardware sales decline to a strong first half boost the previous year from the Mario movie, Zelda. But then there's no special factors this year. They said it's in its 8th year of being sold. Basically most of the people who want a Switch have a Switch.
Yep.
Some people have multiple. So, yeah. And then their company's first half year fiscal results are down 56%. Let's see if there's anything else. Hey, they sold a whole bunch of copies of Paper Mario and Zelda, and Mario Kart continues to sell.
Yep.
How is this game still selling so much? Who doesn't own this yet?
I know. I mean, with every new Switch sold, whatever's left that is still being sold, like Mario Kart 8 is like number 1. Has to be.
Yeah, it's wild. Going forward though, the majority of people who bought Switches bought OLEDs. Of the 6.84 million in the first half of the year, 4.69 were OLEDs. No
Makes
surprise
sense.
there. Best-selling games for them as of September on the Switch lifetime. Number 1 is Mario Kart 8 at 65.27 million copies. Animal Crossing at 46.45. Smash Ultimate at 35.14. Breath of the Wild at 32. Super Mario Odyssey at 28, Pokemon at 26, Pokemon at 25, Tears of the Kingdom at 21, Super Mario Party at 21, and New Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which I'm sitting here going like, y'all need to start buying Mario Wonder. That game was awesome.
I wonder why you'd say that.
Because it's like an LSD trip, but a Mario game.
Does that mean it's more of an LSD trip?
Yes, significantly
Okay.
more. You have the power-ups and run through the levels, and the plants sing at you and shit. It's wild.
It doesn't. That feels like Mario to me, but yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, so the other thing they confirmed is they have no intention to reveal the Switch 2 any earlier. They're not bumping that up. And then the other thing is, they have confirmed it will be backwards compatible.
Nice.
So,
Good.
it will be backwards
That was
compatible.
my big concern.
And then they are going to continue, for the first time ever, they're going to continue the online account system and all the features from the online account system. So if you have a My Nintendo account, like I do, for example, and you're paying for the N64, the Super Nintendo, the etc. games, then those will all carry over to Switch too.
Good.
So, yes, they have fulfilled my number one wish.
Yes.
My number two
God
Switch,
damn.
my number two wish for Switch 2 is, a nice screen and controllers that don't hurt my hands and to be more powerful.
Yeah, definitely better controllers.
Just, dude, I love the Switch.
See what we get.
The Switch actually might be my favorite Nintendo console, but playing it in handheld mode hurts my hands.
Sure.
They have just a history of bad controllers.
I don't think all their controllers are bad. Okay, well, this is interesting. Let's go ahead.
So, I mean, Nintendo 64. That was a weird controller.
It was. I'll give you the N64.
Very weird.
GameCube had way too many fucking buttons.
I love the GameCube controller.
I don't know if it's too many buttons. It's the way it's organized.
Yeah, it's
strange.
It's laid out weird, but man, for Nintendo games, it was like perfect. It was like perfect. Like
and I will say, like, having that controller in your hand, it feels good.
Yes.
It's
Something
just
you
weird.
wouldn't say about the Wii controller.
I love the Wii controller. The Wiimote was awesome.
The Wiimote nunchuck.
It's very sharp-edged, phallic shaped.
Yeah.
And then
What's funny is actually,
Joy-Cons.
I will say the Switch Joy-Cons actually are closer to the NES and SNES controllers in its flatness, which we were more tolerant of at the time.
Yes, I will agree. I think the Wii U tablet was comfy. I thought the stick placement was weird, but it was comfy. I think the Switch Pro controller is great. Like, the Switch Pro controller is amazing.
Wii U Pro controller, or Wii U Pro controller.
That was
They've been doing
too.
good on their Pro controllers.
Yeah, it's just that my problem with the Joy-Cons even isn't like they're bad. Like, it's just that, like, they're so small that it hurts my hands to play it for an extended period of time.
I don't know. I'm very curious how they're going to attack, their next console and what the controller setup's going to be. Because if it's going to be similar, like, they have to have some sort of approach to, hey, we want these Joy-Cons to be able to be held as a single thing, like sideways as a controller. I don't know if they still want to do that at this point, but like, if they do, then they need to have some way to fill that hand.
It's very different.
Wait, how did he keep hitting the power button on the... Lucy accidentally hit the power button on his computer. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh no! Oh, damn, that sucks.
Oh dear.
But yeah, so like the Nintendo, so like the Steam Deck has completely solved my problem with the Switch because like it's meaty. It doesn't hurt my hands to play it.
Well, sure. Again, this goes back to like what they envisioned for the Switch, where you could take this one controller apart and it turns into two controllers. You can have a one-player, two-player thing going on. Now, is that what they want to do with this next console? I don't know.
Right. So, I just... Oh, man.
All I know is they need to be able to separate it and have like two small Joy-Cons so we can have an ARMS 2. That's definitely coming.
They already made... No, they made 1-2 Switch 2. They did not make ARMS 2. You're right.
Right.
They made a sequel to 1-2 Switch.
Yep.
I actually want the Joy-Cons to keep existing because Nintendo Sports was cool, and I would like another one.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, they got to figure out the hand situation. Even if it's like, I don't know, maybe they just from the jump they have add-ons to, or just replacements like Pro, Joy-Con controllers that have handles on them.
Yeah, I think that like third parties made those and they seemed nice. So I
Yeah,
think Nintendo should take their crack at it because like yeah, I
yeah.
really I really loved I love the Switch as a whole, but man that every time I go to San Francisco and I play Devil May Cry for 3 hours and I'm just like or Hades. Like
Yeah.
Hades was another one where just like I was chilling on the couch in San Francisco and just afterwards,
Yep.
you know.
Right.
So all right, well, next news story is Warner Bros. Admits multiverse is underperformed, contributing to another 100 million in revenue in its games business. Another 100 million hit to revenue in its games business. So they spent 100 million for the write off the losses from multiverses.
And it's
Woo!
crazy because I was looking at some people talking about it, and they were making the same complaint you were about the camera and all. And it's like, is this game really being sabotaged by this one change?
No,
Like,
it's multiple changes, but like the changes they made to it that were awful, where the camera change is horrible. Like it is. It's they zoomed it in way more and it looks bad. Like it straight up looks bad. And then on
mhm.
top of that, they made the game a lot slower. I don't know why they
uh,
made it slower. I don't know what the purpose of this was. Because Smash Brothers is a very fast game. Like when you play Smash,
sure,
it moves. So it's like
yeah.
maybe they're like, oh man, like to get it to appeal to a more casual audience, we need to slow it down a bit. And it's like, no.
The casual audience is playing Smash Bros. They're not like going hardcore with it, but they love those games.
Yeah, like it's I don't understand why they did this. Like it's like you literally can watch the gameplay and it's just like the camera difference, the movement speed is slower, the gameplay is slower, and it's just like what, and it made it not fun. Like it went from
Right.
being like this game that I was kind of fucking around with off and on my Xbox to literally played it like for a couple hours when they did the full release, and I'm like, man, this sucks. Like at first I thought it was me. I was like, oh, maybe I don't like this game. And then I looked into
Hmm.
the changes and went to look back at alpha footage, and I was like, oh no, they changed a lot. This is bad now.
And it's wild, like to think that it had a moment. It wasn't gangbusters, but it had a moment, and then they took it down, and then came back, and it deliberately made it worse.
Yes, I don't get it. And then the monetization in this game has always been bad. One thing that they
Sure.
did take out is the that you used to be able to try characters before buying them, like in training mode. They don't have that now.
Yeah.
They took that out.
Great.
Gross.
Unbelievable.
Hate it. Um. Yeah. So it's a bummer because like there's a ton of dope characters in that game that if it played like it did in the alpha, I would be playing it a lot because you play as fucking Beetlejuice and Samurai Jack. Yeah,
Right.
like
They got some good
Samurai
characters
Jack,
in there.
dude.
Yeah.
He also has costumes, so you can play him when he looked homeless. You know,
Yeah.
like god dang. You can play as Agent Smith, the Joker,
Right.
Banana
They got a
Guard.
good cast.
Yeah, this roster, like you look through this roster and you're like, this is dope as hell. Like this game is so cool. And then you play it like LeBron James. Come on now,
That's hilarious. I love that.
you know. But
But
yeah, and then you like you got the Beetlejuice, like just it's so good, and then they just I don't know.
have they spoken out on like people's thoughts on the changes? Have they responded?
Um, I have not read anything. I have.
Okay.
It is a game that I am considering. Apparently, they said they are working on making tracking progress easier. And adding fighter XP to be able to earn stuff a little quicker. I have not read anything about speeding up the game or fixing this terrible camera. So, but
Damn.
yeah, which sucks because hey, the Powerpuff
Okay.
Girls are going to be in the game.
I saw that. That's amazing.
Yep, they're in. Oh no, they are in the game. That's their second newest character.
Oh,
You can play as
they're
the
already
Powerpuff
in.
Girls, and
Great.
you can
God damn it.
and they have a costume for the Rowdy Rough Boys.
Huh. Okay. That's awesome. So are
Yeah.
you like switching between them like the Pokemon trainer, or are they just all one thing?
Let me pull up a gameplay trailer. Let's find out.
Ah, the
Alright.
city of
Let's pull this up for people.
Raven's in it. So if I was into these kind of games, I would
Yeah,
have gotten it.
she. Oh yeah, she also looks cool. It's just there's. Okay, so it looks kind of like a Lost Vikings type thing in Heroes of the Storm, where you're controlling all three at once.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
That's neat. I like it. I dig it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls are super cool.
The nice part about this game is it's free to play, so I can go see if it's unmessed up fairly easily.
That's nice. Yeah.
So I it's not like it's I have to do a money investment. It's like no, it's free, so
Right.
I can, And I was like, oh yeah, I could go boot up the PlayStation version, get some easy trophies out of it. All right.
That's true.
Alrighty. Well, hopefully Multiverses fixes itself.
Let me call you daddy, daddy.
Lucy's here.
Daddy.
Still didn't
Welcome
turn that
back,
off, but
bud.
just let you know. Just let you know that's still not off.
I know. So that was funny. I had a fan doing something weird, so I smacked it, put my hand on the wrong part.
Good.
Oh
Good.
no.
Oh man.
All right. So, yeah, that's Multiverses. They're total.
Do you have thoughts on this, Lucy?
I do. I love the game, and I love the game. I played it consistently when it came out, or both times when it came out. But I absolutely agree with Brunson on every part. I mean, like it was fun grinding through, but it became less fun because the more you got used to it, the more you're wanting it to move a lot faster. Certain combos were just too slow to pull off. I mean, the skins for everything. I like the fact that you can get all the characters for free, but it takes forever.
A lifetime. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's this is not like a League of Legends thing or Heroes of the Storm thing where you're like, yeah, every 2 to 3 weeks you can get a character. This is like a month, and you might get there, maybe.
Yeah.
Like it's gross. It's really gross. So a couple other things from Warner Brothers. Here is their revenue declined 31% from July to September. And to compare to the prior year, their current quarter is pretty flat. They're basically just leaning on nothing.
Cool.
They intend to double down on what has worked for games. So we're getting a Hogwarts Legacy sequel. They're gonna do more Mortal Kombat. They're gonna do a Game of Thrones thing. And DC, but in particular Batman, and there is currently rumors floating around of an Arkham Asylum remake made by Rocksteady. modern
Remake?
Sure.
Yes, remake. Ground up Arkham Asylum.
I'm not.
I mean, I would like,
Yeah.
you know, I would like bigger Arkham Asylum. That'd be nice.
Oh yeah. I just. Where the hell is this goddamn Superman game we keep fucking hearing about?
They're still trying to
I'm
make it good. They haven't done it
I'm
yet.
not a Boy Scout fan by any means, but flying around as Superman sounds like a fun game.
They've yet to crack that code, man. Like, I remember playing the demo for Superman Returns, or whatever it was called, and
Yeah, on the
enjoying it as a demo, but like, they still have not figured it out. I don't know.
Oh, lordy. Okay, well, Lord. So yeah, they're down 300 million for the year altogether.
Ooh.
Damn.
They've put out one game this quarter, and it was that Quidditch Champions game.
Yeah, some friends of mine are trying to get me in on that, and I'm a sucker for weird sports games, but
It was pretty
don't
good.
know.
I liked it.
I haven't even played it yet.
It was free
Yeah.
on Plus. I claimed it.
That's how I got it.
Yeah.
okay.
So it's all right. It seems. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in a rough spot, which is weird because Hogwarts Legacy has sold 30 million copies.
That's the funny thing. They're in a weird spot, but they had like one of the best-selling games last year.
They had
they had Mortal freaking Kombat.
They had 2 of the top 10 best-selling games last year, but this year has lost $300 million on video games.
Reevaluate your plan, guys. That's not good.
Suicide Squad, baby, that was a winner.
And ooh,
All right, so we got our last news story. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 developer says Game Pass helped convince people who were on the fence to try the game, but now the challenge is to get them to stick around. Saying it was a big gamble for Microsoft. Analysts predicted a significant decline in sales, but currently Microsoft sounds delighted with the performance, saying sales on PlayStation and PC were 60% higher than Modern Warfare 3. And all eyes were on the Game Pass release, saying that, hey, guess what? It did 52% of all Series S and X players were playing it within the launch week. And then, so it's doing real well. Season 1 kicks off November 14th. And they're going to add some new maps and hey, we got a sub. Thank you, Dwarf.
Hey! Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
By the way, if you haven't done it yet, Twitch Primes.
Sure. Hell yeah.
So, they comment in the chat from Fush Rodasian. Oh, hi! Have to say that the story campaign for Black Ops 6 was solid. And Dwarful Dad says, hello, party people.
Hello. Yeah, well, I guess we're going to talk about Black Ops in a little bit here.
I mean, I guess we can just hop into what we've been playing, because that's it. It's doing great, and I have very positive things to say about it, because I just finished the campaign last night.
All right.
Nice.
So, we might as well hop into what we've been playing. Aaron, you don't have anything.
No, I've just been chipping away at Zenless.
Zenless. So. All right. Well, anything new in Zenless? Anything?
No. I just finished. Last patch's story, which had a fun climax bit. They know how to make a fun scene to watch, but I don't know. It's you're playing, you're grinding, you're working your currencies and trying to get better, trying to get farther in endgame stuff, and it's a constant struggle. And so if you're into that struggle, it's great. Otherwise,
So yeah, me and Lucy did Black Ops 6. So I guess I'll talk about the campaign first, since I just finished it. This campaign was sick. It has a lot of variety. It's probably the best Call of Duty game, Call of Duty campaign I've played since Modern Warfare 2019. Like, yeah. So, you know, hold on a sec.
Holding on a sec.
I'm holding my sec.
Sorry.
Oh Jesus.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Never
Yep.
mind.
No, cut that out.
Yeah.
All right.
No, that didn't happen.
Anyway, like there's just a lot of variety. There's just a lot of variety in this campaign. Like it's like 1 minute you'll be doing casino heist, and then you'll be doing this big open world mission in Iraq with side quests, and then you'll be doing a traditional like Call of Duty military mission, and then you have like an almost Hitman style stealth mission. Like it's not like to the Hitman level of quality or anything, but like it's very much like this stealth game with multiple paths you can go in and take and weave through and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm
So
gonna have to
that's
definitely get into this.
yes, that part's really cool. Or you can just go loud. You can just say "fuck it, we ball," and go guns blazing.
That's nice.
So yeah, like so there's that. And then on the other side of that, we have the like I get the impression that Treyarch really wants to make a fucking horror game. And
Okay.
because there are a couple of missions that you get basically scarecrow gassed. Like you get
Jesus.
scarecrow gassed basically. And you do these two entire fairly long missions that are essentially horror themed because you're seeing horror hallucinations.
That sounds great. That sounds awesome for Call of Duty.
It is. It's very fucking cool. Like but like the impression that I got playing this was the entire impression I got playing this was they want to make a million other video games, but they have to make a Call of Duty game.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah,
And I got bad news for them.
You will be in the Call of Duty mines forever.
Or you have to break up and like find yourselves again in a completely different studio.
Yes, but this is probably the most interesting campaign they've done in a while. There's a lot of really cool ideas in it. I will say towards the end, they try and make you kind of sympathize with the bad guy, and it feels weird and forced. Yeah.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, great. I loved it. It's even a decent length. It was a good 8 hours. So
Nice.
yeah, I
Yeah.
loved it. Lucy, have you gotten any time on the campaign yet?
I've gotten 3 missions in, to be honest. I'm trying to get through it. It's not like I don't enjoy it. I've actually very much enjoyed it. The last mission I did was the bell tower one.
Yeah, the bell
which-
tower. Ooh, that was good. Sorry, go ahead.
It was very good. I went full stealthy.
Okay.
I mean, up until the market shootout, which at that point I was struggling. I'm still new to playing like shooters with keyboard and mouse versus controller.
Y'all
So
know
I'm
you can just
forcing
plug
myself to
in-
do all
You can
this.
just plug in a controller to your computer.
I know, but if I'm gonna go PC Master Race, I'm going to learn how to use the keyboard. Who knows? Maybe my guitar skills will get better once my left hand catches up. I've just been enjoying every part of zombies. I've been also jumping into multiplayer here and there. I'll run a couple matches. Some of the lobbies I'm not a fan of. Absolutely not a fan of spawn dying at all. The maps are a little lackluster, to be honest.
I
In my
do agree
opinion.
with. I'll get into that more when we talk multiplayer. We got a couple of comments regarding this game, though. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Today. I think it's just bringing to Steam. Could be a remaster of Red Dead. Oh, the time's about Red Dead. Yeah, it just came to PC. It's with new upscaled visuals. They meshed zombies with the campaign. It works so well. I was sweating playing through it on Hardened and Veteran. The horror aspect was fantastic. Definitely the best campaign in a long time. Yeah, it's easily the best campaign since Modern Warfare 2019. In my mind. Mm-hmm. But go on,
You
Lucy.
know, it'd be cool if they. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and go.
Yeah. I was also gonna say your description of the campaign. That's probably what it feels like to be in the CIA. You've got open world missions, closed missions. Just have you get dosed by something and you have a weird trip.
Yeah, yes.
It should be called Black Ops CIA Simulator.
Black Ops CIA Simulator.
Because like I've still been on my like deep dive of like weird facts and conspiracy theories with CIA. So the last week while I've been playing this game, I've been listening to podcasts, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, that description that you said that's pretty. That's pretty good.
Are you
That
listening
is
to
what
that?
it is.
Are you listening to that curly haired dude from the ex-CIA guy that's been going on like a million podcasts recently?
There's quite a few of them that I've been listening to, so I can't say that. Yeah,
I've only ran into the one, so
yeah. My tism this week has just been deep diving and hyper focusing into CIA stuff. So I'm definitely being watched at this point, if anything.
Oh yeah, this entire podcast is on a watch list.
He's gonna piece together our secrets. Is he gonna tell anyone? No, I'm not. I'm just sitting here quietly as like, that makes sense now. But no, zombies is my bread and butter on this game. Like I'm loving every Easter egg. I'm getting it to the point where I can easily beat the final encounter on Liberty Falls. I've almost got it down where I can do it solo without any friends and before like level 15, which you have to like set up like mission. Like you got to go through a certain amount of steps. You got to get the wonder weapon per map. You got to do all these like little tasks around the map in order to trigger the final encounter, which is the boss. And then once you beat that, you're like, oh, okay, I could either quit the game or keep going and then just grind out level. So it's a lot of fun. Like, it's the first time I've really gotten into like the Easter eggs. Like, I love going bowling a lot in Liberty Falls, or they've just got so many like fun Easter eggs that you get to like have fun with your friends. And then occasionally, if you do like random matches, you'll be like playing and you're not talking with anyone, or if you do have like a game chat. And I never use game chat. I just refuse to, especially with these games, because like the last thing I want is somebody saying something and then I'm suspended. I didn't do anything. But yeah, Black Ops is it's been a while since I've said it in any aspect, but I think Black Ops is my game of the year. I've put more hours into Black Ops than I did Helldivers. Surprisingly enough, I've put more hours into it than playing Civilization, and that's
time consuming.
Yeah.
It's not my game of the year, but like it's definitely going to be in my top. It's going to be in my top 10 for sure when we do awards this year for sure. I've enjoyed the living crap out of it. Aaron, you had something you want to talk about earlier in regards to the campaign.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh no, no, it's fine. I just had an idea. Like if they would let them, you could get the Treyarch team to make like a full-on solo product with a campaign, COD Zombies, and just
Yeah.
let them run wild.
Yeah, I think that'd be dope. And then you just attach a multiplayer to it. Like, yeah, you know,
Right. Yeah.
like,
There's a lot you could do with that.
I think that'd be great, especially because you're already getting zombie skins in the multiplayer anyway. Like, I have zombie woods as a skin, you know.
Right.
So yeah, like I think that as for the multiplayer, I completely agree with you. Half the maps are trash. Um, that one at the soccer stadium is garbage. It's super trash.
Oh, I fucking hate that one.
It's awful. That stakeout 24/7 map, awful. Hate it. So bad. There's another one that really stood out to me that was just miserable to play. I'm trying to remember which one it was called. Anyway.
It wouldn't happen to be the destroyed Nuketown, would it?
No, I dug that one. That one was actually pretty nice.
I like it in concept, but I've just not had a very good time playing that particular map.
That's fair. I'm trying to remember. Like, I did like some of the maps a lot. The return of Nuketown has been a lot of fun. Like, I have enjoyed Nuketown coming back. I really enjoyed Babylon. I know so many people get pissed off at Babylon, but I actually have a lot
Which
of
one
fun
was
with
that?
it. That's the one that's like a big square, basically. It's a big square with the makes a plus sign in the middle up the stairs.
That sounds like Gala.
No, I think Gala is Saddam Hussein's palace.
No, Gala is the White House looking one, where it's
No,
got
it's
like a.
It's not Gala.
'Cause-
But anyway, Babylon was cool.
That's the map I absolutely hate is Gala because it's just snipers. You just walk out and bam. Okay, well,
Let's see. What was it? It was I'm trying to pull up the playlist right now so I can see. I know I don't mind Scud. Scud is fine. Supersonic with the down jet I used to hate, now I love. I really enjoyed Supersonic a lot now. God, what else was there? I don't even remember Gala. I don't think I get that one in matchmaking all that much.
every time I play it with somebody on like out of a couple different groups that I play with, they're like, "Oh, this is the one where you meet Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky," and I'm like, "How do you meet them?"
Well,
Right.
one that campaign mission is actually cool. You do get to see Bill Clinton in a campaign mission, by the way.
That's cool.
Great.
Governor Clinton, and he's running for president. it's freaking
Will he win? The world
find
may
out.
never know.
Man, I cannot wait for the next Black Ops game when there's like a 9/11 mission. It's gonna be amazing.
I've been talking about it so much, and like in a lot of like most of my community also agrees that it would be cool if they actually pull it off. Like they don't have to go like over the top with it. Like actually, I prefer that they did. Like that would be just awesome if they just pull that. Because at this point, that would be just the coolest thing to get talking about, especially if they pull off the mechanics great and like the surprise mission. Like, oh crap. You're just like a Secret Service member on the plane or something like that. Like that would get everyone talking.
Yeah. Quick comment in the chat. I took pictures of Clinton. And yes, I did too. With the mission camera, I also took pictures of Bill Clinton.
Oh, I was like, what? You have screenshots of Clinton now?
Yeah, so Skyline, that's another map I really liked, but I actually pulled up my stats because I wanted to talk about skill-based matchmaking. because that's been a big fucking complaining, whiny point recently. Um, and no, I think the matchmaking is working entirely super well for the most part. I've been involved in very few blowouts in either direction, outside of people leaving a match and me getting thrown into that match. That's was already a lost cause. And I decided to pull up my stats because I wanted to do that. I have a 65 wins to 63 losses, and then a 1.23 KD. So I'm not like an
Damn.
amazing player, but I'll get like decent streaks. Like I had 2 losses, and then I had 3 wins, and then I had 4 wins, and then I had 2 losses. So I think that a lot of the bitching about skill based matchmaking is overblown. Because, yes, I do have a near 50% win rate, which that's ideally what you want. You want a coin toss system unless you're absolutely amazing at the game, and I'm not amazing at the game, so that is actually even more of a indicative of what they're doing, and I'm not getting massive win streaks or loss streaks in either direction. I actually did go on a 10-game win streak though, so
All right.
Hey,
So
Mr. Pro Gamer here.
yeah, you know me with my 1.23 KD, pro gaming at its finest. But no, I think that a lot of the bitching about this is really overblown, especially after experiencing it. Because I never bothered to keep track of it when these complaints started popping up during Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. Like, I just never bothered to track it. And then I started tracking it now, and I'm like... And then, it's like... Because I saw that study come out earlier in the year, which was like, no, you really want skill-based matchmaking, because most people quit, when it doesn't exist. They quit earlier and sooner. And then getting to experience this in myself for Black Ops 6 now, yeah, I totally agree that skill-based matchmaking is fine, and this is literally just the product of streamers complaining they can't just go into games and just bomb on people for easy, clips.
Sure.
Yeah. So, I have time about this. I kind of want to play the multiplayer now, though.
Yeah.
It's really good. Like the classes and builds you can make are a lot of fun. I have different loadouts for like different setups. So like I have my LMG loadout that is just okay. Any time that there is a choke point on a map, I can just fire down that hallway and get like 6 kills, and it's amazing.
Right.
I have my sniper loadout for that map that has that's on the train tracks.
It's you. Ah.
Oh yeah, dude, you lie on your stomach on one of the trains and just pop, 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 left and right.
You're the reason I'm running with the perk that gives me extra, not tactical, but extra grenades, just so I could like throw one and then die.
I've been on my sniper one. I've been running the spring mine, so it's really funny to see someone go up to the top of the train to try and kill me, and then get blown to pieces.
See, I've been using that in like camping spots. So like every time I get the fall on somebody that's been camping, I'll just like throw it out and like run away. And then like 30 seconds later, they're already back at that spot and dead.
Oh, it's so good, dude. This multiplayer is like one of the better Call of Duty multiplayers too. Like it has a lot of the best aspects of each one. I like the way they do the perk system, where if you stack select type of perks, you get an extra 4th bonus perk. So if you're running all supplies, or you're running all recon, or you're running all aggro, you get an extra 4th perk. That's really cool. I really dig that a lot. Yeah, man, just it's so good. It's so good, man. Like they nailed it. I don't think it's perfect. I think, obviously the maps could be better in the multiplayer. The last two missions of the campaign, the story turn they take is weird and kind of out of place. But otherwise, yeah, I've been enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to doing zombies and seeing how it works out, and yeah.
I'm absolutely surprised by it. I was talking so much shit before it came out. I wasn't even going to buy it. I was just gonna play it off Game Pass. I got 3 months of Game Pass just because I know everyone else is going to be playing, and I was like, all right, whatever. And it is. I'm surprised. I would not have been mad about pre-ordering this one, like I was with Modern Warfare 3.
So I'm one of those people that, like, when I look at a Game Pass game, I'm like, would I have spent the $70 on this and been happy? This case, absolutely. Like, if I bought this for $70 and it wasn't on Game Pass, I would have been stoked. This game, I've played it for about 40 hours. I've loved every minute of it. Yeah, like I said, I think it's the best Call of Duty in a while. Like, at least the best one of the past 3 years, and like it's up there with some of the older ones.
I'm definitely going to be upgrading to the Vault Edition. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be playing as that robot with the mustache. It weirds me out. He's German and he's got a French villain mustache. It's weird. I don't like it.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of what skins I'm running currently. I've been running Woods for the Rogue Black Ops,
Giggity.
and then I've been running Stone for the Crimson one. Though I believe you're referring to Klaus. That's
Klaus, yes.
yes, that robot creeps me out every time I see it. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
gross and weird. So, Aaron, you should play some Black Ops 6. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it for the campaign. It just sounds like a fun ride.
It is. I would definitely say don't go in expecting, like, world class writing. But
No, but that's kind of just what I'm looking for. A ride. That's all this is.
Yeah,
I want an action blockbuster.
It is a very fun action ride. That is my
Fine.
Yeah. So I'm currently in the middle of plotting out a video idea next year where I play every Call of Duty campaign and in a row and give my opinions on them. Not like in one sitting.
Okay.
But like play Call of Duty.
It's definitely a one-trick pony.
Yeah. So like Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, 3, 4, World at War, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
Only mainline games though. I'm not doing spin-off shit like Big Red 1 and Call of Duty Mobile and that kind of shit.
Yeah, no.
So another thing that that's getting me to play it more. This is the first time I've really wanted to push towards like 1,000 prestige.
Yeah, same.
I love the prestige badges that they have that are like every single Black Ops game.
Yes.
And they're just so cool that I'm like, oh, I gotta have all of them.
Yes, like I looked at the prestige badges as well, and I'm like, God damn it, why are these so sick? So it's and the
like
skins
I've never really
yeah.
cared. I've spent so much time grinding out camos for all the games. Like I'm doing it for this one. I've gotten my first gold skin for my knife in Zombies.
I got it from my LMG, so I feel you.
Nice.
Yeah.
But like just actually grinding out the levels just so I could see and get those badges is just something that I've never done in any of the Call of Duty, because Call of Duty is a once a year game. Like you're gonna get this one and maybe you'll get the next one. Like I could not be happier with this one.
Except
for the multiplayer.
I like the multiplayer. I just think some of the maps are bad. I think that where for me personally, I I am not someone who prestiges in Call of Duty games. The last Call of Duty where I bothered to prestige was Modern Warfare 2. Like the 2009 version of Modern Warfare 2. You know, the 15-year-old video game. So, the fact that I have already prestiged once and I'm on my way to another one says a lot about how much I've enjoyed this game's multiplayer.
Peasant. Joking.
Yes, it's horrible.
You and your first prestige.
Fucking
Slacking.
casual over here.
But like, yeah,
40 hours of game a week.
but like, yeah, usually it takes me a couple months to get my prestige because like I'm just casually playing. I play with my friends. Okay, yeah, I'll jump on and play with you. Now I'm actually actively doing it by myself.
Yeah,
Don't take that out of context, but you know, it's a game that I'm actually playing and enjoying it that I usually just do as a social thing.
Comments in the chat. I'm getting it for the zombies, honestly. Campaign is second for me. Dwarf Wolf Dad, let us know. We'll get you. You know, we can get a multiplayer posse going. Like
I'm always down for some zombies.
Dwarf Wolf Dad and Flush Rodation here would be 6. It'd be a squad. And then comment by Frustration. It would have been nice if the prestige wasn't just an in-game reward, but also something you can use for your icon on PSN or Xbox Live. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I think if you were to put those badges out on Xbox Live, they'd be amazing, or PSN. The problem for me is I'm never going to change my Xbox Live icon ever.
Sure.
What is your...
Why would you?
It is the Amped 3 bunny. Hold on, let me see if I can get a picture of the picture of it up. It's so it's oh my god. Hold on.
I mean, that would be another very good point. Making them like that. Absolutely correct. It would be an extra incentive for me to continue going after those. I think I've had Kratos since how long? I think it's been like since Ascension that I've had the same PSN icon. At least until they allowed you to upload your own.
I had Captain Quark from Ratchet and Clank from 2008 until like 2020, and I switched to Dutch from Red Dead Redemption. So yeah. Anyway. Alrighty. Well, so that's Black Ops 6. We kind of already know about Phasmophobia as a game because we've streamed it a bunch, so we're gonna skip that one. Quick update. Hey, my guild got ahead of the curve in WoW. So
nice.
we finished the current raid tier before the next one is out on Heroic. For you 14 players, that's basically finishing all of Savage before the next Savage raids are out.
Good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically that. And
hell yeah.
So we got that done, and then I bought a PS5 Pro. It got here, and I did a whole crap ton of testing on Friday and Saturday. And you're like, didn't it arrive on Thursday? And yes, it did arrive on Thursday, but I did a system transfer to move all my crap from my regular PS5. And that took literally all night.
Great.
So, like,
Wonderful.
literally, I turned it on, I started the system transfer, and had to leave it there for 9 hours. So, yeah. I woke up and everything was moved. It was moved, and the settings were transferred as well. Everything literally transferred over 1-to-1. They literally basically were like...
Nice.
Yeah, so that was great. That was fantastic. Other than how long it took, I unfortunately did not have another really long Ethernet cable, so I couldn't do it via wired. And also all the Ethernet ports on our router are used anyway. So,
Oh, well, okay, there you go.
so I was kind of SOL on that. So I had to do it over Wi-Fi. It took all night. But I did some testing, and I have positive opinions of this thing. Like, I like it, but I feel like to purchase one, I have a bunch of qualifiers for people. It is not like It is not like earlier in the year when I picked up a Steam Deck and I was like, "You should absolutely buy a Steam Deck. It is a fantastic purchase." This is like, okay, do you have a really nice computer monitor or TV to take advantage of it? Like, yes, okay. Do you have a PS5? No, then yes, absolutely. Do you? Yes, you have a PS5. Maybe. How much do you care about frame rate as well as fidelity? Like, there's like a lot of qualifiers and questions I need to ask before I can give this thing a recommendation to almost anyone. The only exception would be, like, do you have a really nice TV and you can easily afford this thing and don't have a PS5? That's like the one scenario where I'm like, you should absolutely buy the Pro. Yeah.
How much more is it?
It's $200 more. It's $200 more.
Okay.
So it's $700, and then $80 for the disk drive. Though you get more storage, you get double the storage over the regular PS5. So
That's nice.
So if you wanted to get 2 terabytes or another terabyte on a regular PS5, you'd be spending that $100. So it's just disk drive versus storage, basically, in that instance.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So my opinion on what I got to test. So it has a bunch of different enhancements depending on what kind of game you're playing. So the first one I'll start out with is like a PS5 Pro enhanced game, something that is made natively for PS5 Pro. I tried Madden. I tried Alan Wake 2. I tried Ratchet and Clank and Demon's Souls. When you throw those on Pro mode, except Madden. Madden just says, no, you only have one setting now. We are going back to the old times of, nah, dog, this is it. You get the one setting. This is not like all these other games I looked at where it's like quality versus performance or quality versus pro versus performance. It is literally just, no, Madden only needs one setting now. You don't need to choose between quality and performance. Madden is done. And Madden was the first one I looked at because I was kind of just in the mood to play it and relax. Yeah, it's way sharper. The uniforms look sharper. Like, everything looks super clean. If you were to look at replays, at first glance, you would be like, damn, that looks like almost a real game. Yeah, like, it looks really clean. The native 4K does wonders for that particular game.
Right.
So I think that was a big plus. Insomniac Ratchet and Clank, very similar thing where it's nice to get the 60 FPS with the fidelity that you would got in fidelity mode. Everything looks a lot cleaner. It doesn't have, and then they do a really good job of making it so the frame rate is nice and stable at 60 while getting the native 4K. Same with Demon's Souls. Like, for these games at least, it really feels like this is the no compromises mode. Like, you are not compromising on anything. Now,
Okay.
Alan Wake was a harder one. So Alan Wake, if you throw it in quality mode, it gets full ray tracing. It looks almost as good as the high-end PC version. However,
All right.
it runs at 30 FPS. So,
Damn.
Alan Wake, you're getting a far better looking game than the base PS5 version on quality mode, but you're still getting 30 FPS. So that is something to be aware of, and if that's a deal breaker for you. So it's a better looking game, but it is still like compromised in some way. But Alan Wake is also a game that's very performance heavy and whatnot.
Right.
So come in the chat, damn, everyone's backgrounds are freaking lit.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. So that's the PS5 Pro enhanced games, right? So then I tried regular PS5 games that haven't been enhanced, but have like unlocked frame rate or dynamic res enabled. So the resolution goes up and down as stuff goes on and whatnot. That's a very game by game basis. Elden Ring gets a massive benefit out of it. Like Elden's Ring's
Nice.
frame rate is, and this is without a patch. This is like literally no. This is just can use more GPU to get a higher, more stable frame. I believe Digital Foundry looked at it and was like 35% uptick. So that was a big win for them. Another one I took a look at was Metaphor. Metaphor's frame rate went from like we could kind of hit 60 sometimes on regular PS5. Nope, you're good, bro. It's 60. It's 60 now. So that was a nice one. I'm trying to think of another one that I did that was original PS5. Oh, Final Fantasy 16 is weird. Final Fantasy 16 is weird because so it prioritizes its resolution over its frame rate. So like the game looked even better and sharper the entire time I played it, but it still had the weird fluctuating frame rate problem. So that's due to the way that game is made, though, more than anything.
Sure.
Yes. And then the final thing I tried was PS4 games. So they have this setting in the PS5 Pro where you can enhance PS4 games. Which what it is it's using a combination of AI and brute forcing hardware to make it so older PS4 games that run at 1080p now look like they're 4K. Is what it does. It sharpens everything. This has varied results from game to game. Like, I played... yes. Like, I tried, for example... So, and it will only work on a game that runs lower than 1440p as its base res. So, basically, any game that did not get a PS4 Pro version. So, you're looking at games from 2016 or back, or older games that even had a rough time on regular PS4 Pro. I think that the games that I tried it on, it worked wonders. Resogun looked a lot sharper. The UI looks very cleaned up. I played the Uncharted collection, and loaded up Uncharted 2, and that looks like a, yeah, so the Uncharted one kind of looks like almost it still looks like a PS3 game up-resed, but that game was so ahead of the curve that time you're like, damn, this game looks brand new. And it's just very clean. Right. It has this very clean 4K look to it. Yeah, I poked around in Titanfall 2, and that actually looked incredible. Like, you could not see aliasing. It was wild. Okay. Yeah, so... But then, like, I've seen other people run tests on it, and, like, due to the way certain filters work in certain games, some games don't really get that much of an upgrade. Sure. So there's that. Like, I tried Bloodborne. Bloodborne looks sharper. So that's nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of single-player games that Sony keeps neglecting, Bloodborne. Where's our remaster, or where's our fucking sequel? Let's just riot Sony's main office. Signs. Give us Bloodborne or give us blood.
Give us Bloodborne or give
there you go.
Blood. Yeah.
All right. Well, it sounds like it's mixed in some places, but at least there are some games here that are really benefiting from this.
Yes, and I've looked at the games that they're going to add. They're supposed to have over 100 games by the end of the year. One I can say that I was kind of impressed by was Baldur's Gate 3 gets native 4K 30 FPS support fully, and then 60 FPS in split screen, so with dynamic res. So it's it's some games really benefited in a big way. Um, you know,
Cool.
yeah.
All right.
So I have a yeah. So I have a very positive opinion of it overall, but like between the price and like the selective nature of it, it's hard to recommend right now. I did a full hardware setup with this thing, and honestly, what I would tell people is like, honestly, if you own a base PS5, you're probably better off throwing money at an OLED TV than you are a PS5 Pro. that is that is my initial opinion, unless you really care about frame rate a lot. That would be the one exception,
Right.
because a lot of games getting frame rate buffs. So yeah, I guess any questions on this thing? Well, Ronnie in the chat shakes fist. Bloodborne.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
I don't know. Sounds like it's a nice improvement. It's not uniform across all games, but for the games that can take advantage of it, it sounds good.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah. All right, yeah, and I'm gonna report more as I play with it more. And I try more games. Like I only had 2 days, and even then I was kind of on a time crunch. So, yep.
Yeah.
All
right. Well, I look forward to hearing from you on that.
Yes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I will say, Sony's unboxing and boxing experience is cheaper than ever. Literally, I picked it up and I heard the like cables rattling around in it. They didn't even bother to secure it or the little stand on it.
But man, this shit already cost $700.
And it's like the cheapest cables it's like the cheapest cardboard you could imagine. So there's that.
What the fuck?
I will say I do like how much infinitely lighter it is than the base PS5. It's so much smaller. It is so much smaller, which is great because that was one of the big complaints I have with PS5 is that it is a monstrous console that takes up an assload of space, and it's also unbelievably ugly. This thing is only a little bit ugly, and it only takes up like a somewhat normal amount of space.
Okay, all right, that's an improvement.
Yeah, they improved it. It's not great still. Like it's still kind of fucking ugly, but it doesn't make me go, oh god. Yeah.
Right.
So. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay. Well, cool.
All right. Well. Yeah. All right, and let me check the what we're playing list one more time. All right, we're good. Oh, actually, did you play anything new? Make any progress? No.
Not really. No.
All right. Okay, so a couple things. Hey, everybody. You should follow us on Twitch if you're not already, and use Twitch Primes. And if you somehow made it to the end of this, you should also follow us on YouTube. Anthony did a new review, and it's setting records for us. You should all watch that. And also, a bunch of you really liked the clip of the podcast, so we're going to try and do a couple more of those if we can. So, thank you. And you should follow us on YouTube and write nice things about us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts so more people can find us. And, oh, we have a Blue Sky account now. We have a Blue Sky account.
What is that?
It's like Twitter if Twitter didn't turn into a piece of crap.
It's a weird decentralized thing where you can cater your timeline on your own. It's interesting. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but it's interesting.
Yes, it is very. I will say it is very similar to old Twitter though, to the layout and everything. So
very much.
But yes, and it's made by the guys who made old Twitter. So
as far as I understand, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you should follow us there. It's the same anime picture of Aaron and I. We're super Gamecraft, and our about us is the arbiters of good taste because we are.
Think for yourself.
Oh
man.
So
that's
well.
a show.
All right, yeah, I think that's a show. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being wonderful people and following us all those places and doing all those things. And we'll see you next Sunday, and we'll get some stuff recorded throughout the week. Bye.
Bye.